Alright, we're on the play. We are once again playing RUG Delver because that's what we do. We're going to keep this hand. It looks pretty good. We're going to grab a Steam Vents off of this Misty, Serum Visions, possibly drop a Bauble as well. I don't think there's a downside to playing the Bauble. We're going to do it after we Serum Visions because it makes sense to draw after scrying. And we found a Delver of Secrets and Snapcast. Jesus. This is good stuff. Okay, we're going to keep both of these. If we end up against some hyperlinear aggro deck, that's fine. We can Thought Scour. We're still going to play this Bauble. I think we don't use it here. If we use it here, we lose the Bauble, and thus its ability to set up our Delver, and we lose the Delver setup that we currently have. Off of Scry. Inkmoth Nexus means most likely Affinity. That's Affinity. I was also going to suggest the possibility of Infect. Affinity, I'm not too concerned with. Now I'm not concerned at all because their turn was that. Usually there are roughly 4 to 5 more permanents on the board. We got our Snapcaster Mage, which is dope. We're going to be cashing that in later for mad value. Right now we're just going to go Delver. We don't need to bother with the Bauble because we have Mana Leak on top. And we're going to hold up the Steam Vents to Spell Snare something nice. Affinity is known for its very good 2-drops. Cranial Plating, Arcbound Ravager. Spell Snare counters both of them for 1 mana. Well, I suppose either. Not both, but both can potentially be countered. Springleaf Drum is perfectly alright, and we can't interact with it anyways, so nothing we're gonna do there. I think they clicked the wrong thing. I believe they wanted to tap that for mana. They're gonna have to click cancel, possibly rollback. They need to target first though. And oh no, that was the animate. That wasn't the that was not the buff a blink moth. They fixed it. Springleaf Drum comes down, plating. Yes, please, I would like to counter that. Okay. And next turn, well, it is technically next turn, but on our turn, we're going to transform Delver off of that Mana Leak. Yes, I would like to trigger. Yes, I would like to reveal. Yes, I would like to proceed to my turn. We are going to play this forest and attack with Delver. You generally want to race Affinity at least somewhat, because Affinity will draw more threats than you will draw answers, such as Cranial Platings and Arcbound Ravagers. We don't have many Spell Snares, so there are obviously other ways in the deck to deal with that, but game 1 you very much want to kill them before they draw their stuff, sort of like the burn matchup. Now, Delver is also very good at blocking things such as Inkmoth Nexus due to the text flying, so there is at least some argument for holding him back. However, I like getting in there. Them chipping in for 1 infect is not concerning at all. So that's cool. I guess they swing with the Signal Pest. I take 2 infect. Not a big deal. We are going to cancel skip real quick. We'll Thought Scour ourselves. Maybe we draw a Bolt and we take 0 infect. We didn't draw a Bolt. We did draw a Hooting Mandrills. That means Delver's probably not attacking next turn. That's fine. I'll take some lumps. Yep. Okay, make it 3 infect with the Blink Moth. Or not. Maybe. Nope. Okay. I'll take 2. We are not going to flash in Snapcaster Mage. We are... There's a Tarfire in the yard. That's nice. Okay, so Thought Scour almost did its job. Almost. We do want to use this Mishra's Bauble, though. Feed Mandrills. Draw cards. Look at theirs. We have no Pseudo Scry. Now we know that there's a plating on its way. I will draw, and then I will draw. Okay. I do believe we have Delirium online, but I really don't think I care in this matchup. We don't want to attack with Delver necessarily because it's a very good blocker here. I do want to play this Hooting Mandrills to increase our clock, and Stubborn Denial is good. It's unfortunate that we can only do one of those things though. Hooting Mandrills versus Traverse, maybe Snap Tarfire. But I suppose we can do that. They know about the Mana Leak, but they don't know about the Denial. So we're going to pretend that we plan on using Mana Leak for the plating. They don't know that the plating's there yet, but they will find out soon. Did I click this? I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I definitely want this. I guess we get rid of the Spell Snare. I did want the Spell Snare, but I'd rather have Tribal Instant Artifact. And I don't want to attack this turn. I'm going to hold off until we have Snap Tarfire off. We want the Tarfire in the graveyard, obviously, because it's the burn spell. Those are good with Snapcaster. And I kind of wanted to leave the Bauble to enable Traverse in case we want to do some sort of shenanigans with it. They drew their plating, and they now have access to 5 mana with that land drop. So they can play plating and think that they can play around Mana Leak. But we plan to hit them with the Denial at that point. Of course, we'll be punished if they do something such as, it's red, it does 4 damage if you have Metalcraft on. The name is escaping me. 1 red mana, deals 2 damage to target creature or player. If you have Metalcraft, it's 4 instead. So if they have that, they could have played plating, hit Mandrills with that while Denial's on the stack, and then we have a bad day. But it doesn't look like they're going for anything of the sort. We're going to block here. Trading Delver for Ink Moth seems excellent, especially when they get 2 damage in. I'm pretty okay with that. Block here. Take 1 off of each Signal Pest. We lose an Aberration. They lose an Ink Moth Nexus. That 2 infect basically no longer matters. We're not going to flash in Snapcaster Mage. Ooh, that's handy. We might fetch on end step to get another red source. Although we don't really need one. We do have Delirium on, so I could get another Delver of Secrets. That doesn't seem awful. We definitely want to attack here. We also want a way to deal with all of these flyers. So I think tutoring out a Delver is the right play. That guy. We're going to cast him and hold up Mana Leak and Denial. And step. Ideally, we denial the plating, but if something should happen that it turns out Mana Leak is a better option, which it does not look like it, we're going to go for the denial and hope they don't have that burn spell I was talking about. They didn't. No longer need to see that. Now we're probably going to be taking 5 to the face right now. Almost certainly taking 5 to the face right now, which is a little annoying. But yeah, I know. Triggers. We're going to fetch on end step, I think. Or we can use the scry. No, we're going to take it as a scry and probably get an island. Did we mill the island? I don't think we milled our other island. We didn't. We're just going to take that. We're going to use the scry. We're going to reveal Serum Visions. I actually think we want to draw it too. So we will. Now we have a blocker. We're going to get a basic island, cast that Serum Visions. We're at 9. That's slightly disconcerting. We're going to dump Mana Leak. We like Bolt. We may as well play that. And we're just going to get in there with Mandrills. I'm very excited for Aberration to start blocking. Especially with Snap Tarfire up. End step, please. We also have Snap Denial if they drop a plating. But really, we don't want to see a plating. If they have plating, we just might not make it out alive. They have a lot of Blinkmoth Nexuses. Nexi. Nexi is correct. So, going for the Blinkmoths might be the wrong play. I think it might be correct to just dismantle all of the Signal Pests. I don't want to block Blinkmoth anyways because it's going to get big. That's an Arcbound Ravager. We don't have Spell Snare in the graveyard. Oh boy. Oh, we can Mana Leak, can we? They have 1, 2, no, they have mana available. Okay. We can't denial it. Now I really wish I didn't have this Bauble, but then we wouldn't have been able to get this Aberration. I think we have to just let that happen. As extraordinarily sad as that is. Not being able to answer that might cost us the game. He's animating another Blinkmoth. Wow. Okay. Now, if we can survive this, we have lethal on the crackback because they're at 9. We have 3, 4, that's 7 bolt on top of the deck. So we're going to let some stuff resolve. We're going to let those resolve. Let them send us to blockers. If they go for Arcbound Shenanigans to put a bunch of stuff on an unblocked guy, we're going to snap Tarfire. We want to block such that our Delver doesn't die, I think. How much should we take? 3, 1, 3. That's 7. That's okay. We can deal with that. We're going to go down to 2. If they try to use the Ravager, yes they are. Okay. We're going to time this very intricately. They might just do that and just buff the Ravager with the guy who would have died anyways. That's entirely possible. No. Okay, they're going all in, and we are going to attempt to get them. But we need to be very, very careful. That resolves. If I misclick or mistime this, we will die. They sack Ravager. Targeting Signal Pest. With that on the stack, we cast Snapcaster Mage. 1, 2. That actually gives us lethal without the bolt. Snap enters the battlefield. This targets that. We want Tarfire. Snap trigger still on the stack. We click done to have that resolve. This would be a lot easier in person. Done. Snap resolves. Their trigger still on the stack. Targeting the Signal Pest. We take out the Signal Pest. And they scoop. Oh, they straight up quit. Okay, well, either they're busy or they're a fairly poor sport. But that was a great game against Affinity. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I just kind of had the time of my life. And I hope you come back for the next time I record gameplay. Yeah. All right. I have to go study. So bye.